Good morning, everyone. It's Karmle Conrad, the Cape Cod Psychic, your psychic here to help you connect with the other side. It is Saturday, September 8th. It's 11:30-ish or so in the morning. I thought we could start our fall season out with a couple pieces of information this morning. It's a beautiful day here on Cape Cod, breezy day in the low 70s, sun, clouds. It's absolutely beautiful, although I am told we are going to have some thunderstorms later on. We do need the rain, so we do welcome them. I understand in Chicagoland this morning it was just a little nippy there in the low 50s. Yes, our summer weather is winding down to become our fall season of harvest and getting ready to go into our winter solstice time. And we will talk about the winter solstice in just a little bit. Right now, though, I'd like to have a little chat about predictions for the winter. Here in New England, we are in for one big, huge, major snowstorm at some point. It should affect most of New England, and it may be coming from the northeast area, coming in from Canada and from the Pennsylvania western side area to bring us a bit of a storm, a big one. So let's wait and see when that's going to happen. I'm sorry, but my guides are not giving me any dates for that. And let's talk about the winter, or excuse me, the elections in November. Again, I stand firm on the fact that Obama is going to win this election again. I know I've gotten some emails from some of you. Some of your emails have been rather rude. So, hey guys, come on. It's just everyone has a valid thought, whether we like to side with them or not. It is my prediction for the elections are for Obama to win this again. And I do welcome your emails and your thoughts on that. You can always follow me on Facebook. Again, you can connect with me right here on YouTube and watch and see what's going on. So let's see what happens. I think one of the reasons Obama is going to have a win over Romney is because we are having such a hard time getting our Americans jobs to work with, and we know that Romney has outsourced. And I'm not saying I agree with one candidate or the other. That's just fact. That's just common sense. If you outsource and you send jobs for that Americans could have out to other countries, why would we want to support your presidency when you don't support the American people? So whatever anybody's name is, there's just some thoughts for you. All right? And for those of us that thought, or all of us who thought Obama could fix what was wrong with the economy in 4 years, that's quite an optimist kind of look. It took many years to make the mess. It's going to take many more to clear it up. And we are not going to go back to the way things were in the 80s and 90s. We are definitely going to set a new norm, and I will tell you now, you're seeing a lot of it right now, the new norm. This is the new norm. There may be a little bit of a splurge or a little better economy coming, but pretty much this is the new norm. So for those of us here, and for all of us here in the U.S. and across the world, maybe it's time to rethink your standard of living. Do you need 75 pair of shoes in the closet? Do you need 14 handbags? Do you really have to get only the highest and most costliest foods? Let's think about that again and see if we can't resettle our lives and be responsible for what we do and how we do it, because we are teaching our children and our grandchildren and others how to be responsible adults. So let's consider this economy is the new norm. I did see figures that said unemployment went down, unemployment applications went down. That's because people's unemployment has run out and they can't get any more unemployment, and there are no more applications because a lot of people are not eligible for unemployment. So the figures are only as good as those that applied for it. It is not an across-the-board good number. All right, there are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people out of work that cannot collect unemployment, and they are not considered unemployed in the sense that they set with the unemployment figures. So the unemployment rate is higher than what has been reported on the fact that a lot of unemployed do not even report to unemployment offices because they can't collect benefits. So let's take a look and see if we can't be responsible for our own actions and our spending, and see if we can't help ourselves become steady and a new norm, and we can still have fun and we can still go out and do some things. But let's see if we can't be more responsible with our spending. That's enough of that for finance and the elections. I do want to talk a little bit about some really awesome, wonderful things that are coming up. We have the New England Natural Living Expo in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, which is on Route 84, just south of the Mass Pike. It is set for September 29th and 30th, Saturday, Sunday, the last weekend of the month. I myself will be there on the floor doing floor reads, moving around. I do not have a booth. I will be there doing impromptu floor reads for the whole day on Saturday. My colleagues, Doreen Tripp, who is an angel intuitive, psychic medium, and energy healer, will be with me. The woman is absolutely phenomenal. Her connection with the angels cannot even be described. And she too will be doing some impromptu floor reads. And a third colleague of ours, Chris, who does a lot of angel photography in the skies, and too is an energy healer, will be there to listen to what you have to say. So come find us at the New England Natural Living Expo in Sturbridge on Saturday, September 29th. That's when we will be there. And you can look this up on the Spirit of Change magazine on their website, Spirit of Change, and get all the other info about being there. We are going to be leaving the Cape very, very early in the morning, and we will be into the mountains there in Sturbridge by about 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. The expo opens at 9 a.m. There are drumming circles in the morning. There's drumming circles at night. There's all kinds of workshops. John Holland, the psychic medium, is there to give a 2-hour chat in one of the ballrooms. It's just going to be a phenomenal, incredible, fun time. Please come find us. Maybe I'll be able to do a floor read for you. It's whatever Spirit wants me to do. You come across my path and they say, hey, we got information for this person. I will definitely give you the information. So come to the New England Natural Living Expo and find Doreen and Karmle and Chris. We'd be very happy to connect for you. And tomorrow, late day, I will put up another video. We are confirming psychic fair dates and locations for the fall, as early as the middle of October, right through February. So do watch YouTube, and I will get that information to you. The psychic fairs we do are for charity. Whatever we make at the fair, 50% goes to the charity we are supporting that day. So come and find us. Check out YouTube tomorrow late day, and I will have some dates for you for psychic fairs here on the Cape Cod and southern Massachusetts area. We hope to see you there, by all means. And for anyone who would like to connect with me, you can send me a message on Facebook, or you can send it to my email at klconrad@comcast.net. I'd love to sit down and speak with you and set up a session for you, specifically for you to connect with your loved ones on the other side. Now let's talk about this whole solstice thing on December 21st, 2012. As we have seen in media and on all these wonderful electronic links, whether it's YouTube or just in the general internet, about doomsday coming on December 12th, 2012. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. All it takes is you can click right into Wikipedia, guys, and get information on the Mayan calendar. Just as our Julian Caesarian calendar has hours, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years, so does the Mayan calendar, and they have different names for it. But their long calendar, which is an incredible length of time, and their calendar is based on the revolutions of planets and the sun, comes to an end. The fourth calendar comes to an end on December 12, 2012. The fifth calendar starts on December 12, 2012. The world isn't coming to an end. The calendar, just like our calendar, ends every December 31st and starts on January 1st. So to the Mayan calendar, their fourth year comes to an end on December 12, 2012, and their fifth year, their fifth season or fifth set, whatever you want to call it, starts on December 22nd, or excuse me, December 13th, 2012. So this is not an end of the world. This is not some crazy world exploding. And yes, planets will be aligned in a very special alignment on that day, as happens at any time in the heavens. Yes, we have 28-day cycle with our sun, and since all planets and planetary objects move at different rates and revolve around the sun and the universe at different rates, of course, then their alignment will come at different times. These past couple years, we've seen Venus and Jupiter in the summer skies very bright and very close to themselves and to Mars, and it's been absolutely incredible if you've watched the sky at all. And that's because it is their time to do that, and maybe they won't do that again for another 2,000 years. So the planetary alignment that's coming up on December 12, 2012 is one that comes up in a very rare circumstance. So for those of us that are alive on that day, we'll actually be able to see it, and it may not come again for another 3,000 years. It just happens to be when everything falls in place and all the puzzle pieces fit. We are not going to die. The world is not going to explode. It is not the end of times. And I would caution you all to be very, very careful in who you deal with and who says, I can build you a bunker so you'll survive. You need to invest in us and we'll make sure that you get everything you need. We are with a spiritual guide and we can save you from the apocalypse. Please do not spend your money on those things. They are just con people and they are there to take your money and run with it. Again, the winter solstice, December 12, 2012, is not the end of the world. It is a calendar change date. It is a time of one session changing to another. Just as we have years, 10 years is a decade, 100 years is where we change our calendar. Every 100 years we have another set, we change around. So the Mayan calendar, if you're very interested, Wikipedia does a great job in explaining how it comes to its different lengths of days and weeks and months, if you will. And it does a great job. And don't worry about all the names, the Mesoamerican Mayan names, just get the general information. So I'm here to tell you the world is not coming to an end. We are moving, we have already moved into the time of Aquarius a couple of years ago. We're still there. It is a time of harmony and balance, which definitely has to do with the alignment of the planets. And if you take time to read the different information on the Mesoamerican calendar, you will see that that too is a time of harmony and balance. And is a time of self-awareness and in a time of becoming more responsible for your actions and what you do and trying to leave the negativity alone. Trying not to, for lack of a better way of putting it, being a mean person. Again, I told you before, I absolutely love this bumper sticker I saw many years ago. It says, mean people suck. And I think that says it all. So with a little bit of humor there, we'll leave the December 12, 2012 solstice thoughts for another day. Again, I do want to tell you that the winter weather will be, it's a particularly cold winter in a lot of the United States. Even in the southern states, we're on a cold trend for that area. And there will be a lot of snowfall in the upper states near Canada, and there is going to be an incredible amount of flooding again next spring when the snowpacks melt. So if you can prepare for that now, do whatever you need to do to try to get your home and your properties ready for next spring. There's a little heads up, they're just giving this to me, on incredible flooding. And if it starts in the northern states, North Dakota, Montana, you know it's coming down. The river's got to go somewhere. You know how they flow south, and there'll be more flooding in the plains area. To those in Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, after Isaac came and dumped an incredible amount of water on you guys, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, and I ask that others hold a moment of prayer to help everyone get resettled down there and taken care of. We do have another hurricane coming, and it's going to be a really odd, freaky kind of thing. I'm not quite sure what part of the southern eastern U.S. it's going to hit, but there's going to be one really strange hurricane out there that's coming along, and I do see it brushing the eastern seaboard at some point. I don't see a direct landfall hit, but then that doesn't mean anything these days. These hurricanes are absolutely weird. If you watched the Weather Channel yesterday, you saw that some of the remnants of Isaac are back in the Gulf of Mexico and are spawning their own little type of thunderstorm activity. So just because a hurricane has come by and gone north doesn't mean it's not going to turn around and come back again. I do again see another odd, freaky, weird hurricane affecting the eastern seaboard of the U.S. in some strange way yet this year. Again, we've had hurricanes as late as November 3rd that have hit the southern Caribbean and the Yucatan Peninsula. Keep an eye out for what's going on. Again, one big snowstorm for the New England area, one big whopper of a snowstorm this winter. I do not know when that will hit. I just know this is the fourth time in 2 days they've told me that this is going to happen. So I pass that on to you. So is your emergency preparedness stuff ready? Do you have your Rubbermaid or your whatever brand tubs downstairs with 2 weeks worth of food and medicine and supplies ready? Paper products too. Got to have it all. Lots of water. Is everything ready to go? That's for you. a little heads up on the winter weather. Again, we will be at the New England Natural Living Expo. Doreen Tripp, myself, your Cape Cod psychic, Karmle Conrad, and our angel photographer, Chris, will be at the New England Natural Living Expo on Saturday, September 29th. We'll be there first thing in the morning, 9 o'clock until the end of the day. We're going to be doing floor reads for those of you that come by. Spirit will tell us to stop you. We have a message for you. We'd be more than happy to give you a little heads up on what's going on the other side with your family and friends. So we hope to see you there. And again, tomorrow afternoon, late day, I will be giving you dates and locations for psychic fairs here in southern New England and Cape Cod. A blessed, blessed day to you all. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you. And I hope to see and hear from you soon. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook at any time. Take care, blessed be, and enjoy this beautiful weekend.